But this is really where the album begins, okay, with Ignite to Light. Oh, I had this idea for so long. I had written it. I don't even know when I wrote it. It was so old. I had this guitar riff, since 1995, I think. I wrote it in the attic studio I had, this place I was living in Cleveland. And it was one of those riffs where when I wrote it, I just kind of knew, like, this is what I've always wanted to do. You know, like, this is how I've always wanted the guitar to be, you know. Oh, this riff is so old, and when it kicks in, of course, my wife's voice going S, Gons, that's my wife. I forget it's her sometimes. Oh, listen to that riff. Oh, it's like heaven. It's like electricity. Oh, it's big, you know. And you know what's funny is I had like with this chord progression, I had written like 2 different songs with the same chord progression. I mean, that's how old this guitar line is. I wrote 2 different songs over this music, and one song was called Light to Light, like L-I-T-E 2, the number 2, light, like person to person or soul to soul. That was the idea. And then I also wrote a song called Ignite. And then somewhere in the process of putting together the recording you're hearing right now, it had occurred to me that I had written 2 different songs over the same music. So what I decided to do was mash them together into one song called Ignite to Light. I thought that was clever. This recording isn't perfect to me, but like the song is represented well, and my wife, this is her favorite song I have. She listens to this song a lot. Maybe because it's, you know, kind of like about her. It's really a love song to her. But I think she just kind of likes the way it just sounds. Oh, I've had enough of Half-Light Wishes. That line, I've had that for so long. I throw them all away when I see you shine. Falsetto. See. A lot of ambition in the vocals here. Not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, throw them all away. It explodes. Wow. Oh, I love that riff. Love it. Playing that riff for so long. It's like a hammer-on for all you guitar players out there. Nice notes. You can still find the version of Light to Light. I think I released it on the internet, so it's out there somewhere. You can hear it. You can dig it up and find it. I mean, a lot of the times with ideas, especially like this one, there's a lot of like experimentation and trial and error. And I was really trying on this one, I can tell. A lot of work went into this recording. But, you know, it's still, for as good as it is, and, you know, it's adequate, I still hear the shortcomings. I can't help it. This might be a song like that I take another swing at in the future. I could see myself doing that. Just of those songs that a lot of people like. You know, a lot of people have told me that they really like this song a lot. They listen to it a lot. Oh, that riff. Wow, it's pipe choir. That riff is pipe choir. This is really kind of an idea that I was inspired by the Mission UK. It's a song they have where they do a part that's similar to this, and I put that in here. I remember that. I know what you offer me, only this eternally. Love. That word, love. Can you imagine this song live? I can. You know, like one thing I can say, too, comes to mind is this wasn't the first album like this, but it's the first album in its entirety where I actually had purchased a bass guitar. And I was playing bass guitar on all of these songs for the first time that happened. You know, with the previous records I had released, some of them were done with this new bass guitar that I had bought. But this whole album is the first album of mine where there's an electric bass guitar through the whole album. And a lot of these songs were written at the same time. Not consecutively. Oh, this part, don't throw it all away. This part is so old. I have been carrying this song in my head for decades, you know. It was so great to have it here on, you know, you could listen to it. Trying to find my guitar sounds too. Still doing that even today. I can hear it in the song. Oh, I was drowning, not waving. That's from a poem, I think by a woman named Stevie Smith. Why aren't you saving me? Why are you silent? Why aren't you saving me? And a little bit over the top, like emotionally, but I can attest to having really felt that way at times in my life with certain people or certain circumstances. How could you sit there and watch me suffer? Why aren't you helping me? Don't make a sound. Don't let me down. The Beatles, right? It's in there. This stuff, all these parts, this whole song is so old. I've had it forever in my head. Don't throw it all away. Yeah, like that dry away at the end of the song. That's the kind of stuff I work really hard on.